Wise Fool Talking.
I've been trying to start for 3 years, and finally on April Fool's 2022, I'm actually launching it. And here's what it is, and why, and what it's not, and what it's not pretending to be, and what it's not trying to do is probably as important as what it is trying to do. It's Wise Fool Talking. In a nutshell, it's a story of a former philosophy professor, tenured full professor, PhD in philosophy, who in the middle of the day, in the middle of a semester, after teaching a book on folly for the third year in a row, resigned from his position and began a journey into folly. He spent the first half of his life seeking wisdom, really from the age of 12 or so. Just wisdom was what he was seeking, and after many years of studying philosophy and teaching philosophy, he began to follow folly, or seek wisdom, or seek teaching from folly. And it was after reading this book that things really turned around for me. And that's just part of the story, more to be revealed at a later date. But this podcast is called Wise Fool Talking because sometimes I'm not sure when wisdom is talking, or when folly is talking, or when wisdom is speaking folly, or folly is speaking wisdom. And I've come to embrace the confusion of it all. And so that's what I'm going to be sorting through in this podcast. And so let me just say a couple things about what it is and what it isn't. My first question is, why do this podcast? Right? And it's been one that I've been thinking about doing for a long time, but I'm not doing it to make the world a better place. Am I doing it to help you be a better person? The answer is no to that. Am I doing it to become a better person myself? Again, the answer is no. I'm just doing it for the hell of it. And what do I mean by that? I'm doing it for the hell of it because since becoming a philosophy professor, since quitting my job as a philosophy professor, I have become a hell walker. And what I mean by that is I've become a person who is helping people walk through their own personal hell and discover, like Dante, which parts of themselves need to be reconciled, and which parts of themselves have been rejected. And it's been an exploration through people's archetypes. And I've found archetypes to be an amazingly powerful tool. And I feel like we all have at least 12 archetypes, and many of us are working with just a few of them. And so, since I help others walk through their own personal hell and see their archetypes missing, I figure I may as well go through my own. And this is mainly going to be an exploration into my different archetypes and seeing which parts of me show up. And at any given day, I don't know who's going to show up and who's not going to show up and how they're going to interact. But the thing is, I'm doing this more as an experiment just for myself to see who's doing and saying and wanting what. And often is the case with archetypes is they collide. One archetype wants to get up and go work out. Another one wants to stay in bed. Another one wants to get up and have some coffee and meditate. And so these different archetypes collide. And that's just as simple a fact or choice as what to do first thing in the morning. Of course, in bigger things, the collisions can be really big. So I'm inviting you to watch my car wrecks and see it live and see what happens. And I'm not doing it to make the world a better place or make you a better person. I'm doing it for my own curiosity. And if maybe you look at me and you go, wow, I'm not as crazy as that crazy dude, then congratulations, then I've helped you out. But the second reason is I've recently shifted to becoming a bliss doctor, which is being a person who also helps people discover their bliss and follow their bliss and discover who their truest self is and pursue that and follow that. And so the short answer is I'm doing this because I'm following my own bliss. My bliss is calling me to do this podcast. It's been calling me to do it for a long time, for at least 3 years. And interestingly enough, it's a study in archetypes as to why I'm just now doing it on April 1st, 2022, when I've considered and first planned on and wanted to do it 3 years ago. Because part of me wanted to do it, but part of me didn't. The perfectionist didn't want to do it because it's really hard to put these together and have it be perfect. And the part of me that's concerned about image is concerned, well, what if I say something that's offensive? And the part of me that's concerned about practicality is like, well, I don't have the right equipment. And so once I get all these things aligned, there's still maybe 1 or 2 archetypes that don't want to do this. And so I don't do it. But today, something weird happened. It became April Fool's Day. And I discovered the phrase that I need, the caveat that I need for doing wise fool talking. And here's why it is. I need to have this one caveat that is making this broadcast possible. It's making it possible for me to record this and to post it and to just put it out there as is. It's this caveat. I don't believe anything I'm about to say. It's that simple. Anything that I say here, there's no guarantee that I believe it. It's probably true that I don't believe it, but I'm not going to say that I don't believe it, because if I only say that I don't believe anything I say, then you can just play the opposite and you can say, well, he said he didn't believe this, or he does. So I'm not even going to say that. But I'm prefacing this whole thing as this is all just wise fool talking. It's not even so much wisdom as it is wise assery, right? And I'm just saying it for the hell of it and because I'm following my own bliss. And if you want to watch the car wreck, you're welcome to do so. But keep in mind, I don't even believe what I'm saying. I'm just playing around, right? And I'm doing this play for my own benefit, and I'm really curious to see how it turns out. And so why am I podcasting it? My bliss is just calling me to do that. And so who knows why? I couldn't perhaps say exactly why, but I'm doing it for the hell of it, and I'm doing it for the bliss of it. And that's good enough reason for me. Please know that if you find any wisdom in this, it's not because I've given you the wisdom, because wisdom is in the eye of the beholder. And if you hear something stupid I say and you come to some wise conclusion, realize that wisdom's coming from you. And if you're inspired by it, keep in mind, inspiration is breath. So I can't breathe for you. But if something I said reminds you to take a breath and you so inspire yourself, then congratulate yourself on that. But the same goes for any foolishness that you think I'm saying. I'm just doing my own thing here, not claiming truth, not claiming believability or unbelievability or wisdom or foolishness or inspirational. I'm just going to say things, even like that last sentence that wasn't grammatically complete. I'm just going to say things because I'm interested in saying them out of my own curiosity to see what happens. So you're welcome to join the ride if you so desire. And that's it for now until episode 1. One last caveat. If you're ever wondering whether I'm being serious or not serious or neutral. If you're ever wondering if there's some wisdom or there's some folly or whether it's nonsense, here's the test, right? And I wore the shirt to kind of help you discern. Just do the rock, paper, scissors. You can do rock, paper, scissors. And that will help you decide which it is. Okay, so hopefully that gives you some guidance. To be continued.